Alright, what's up everybody? You know what it is. Ruby Sundays. It's your boy Hot Sizzle. Back. You know why I'm smiling? Because the fancy guys were watching over me this week. And I pulled out something spectacular. But there were 11 other teams playing. Don't want to put too much attention on just one thing or one game. Let's go ahead and get to the recaps. But hey, while we're on the topic, let's just go ahead and hit up the game of the week. Hot Sizzle against Reapers, okay? Obviously, for those of you who saw it, going into Monday night, Reapers was down by 8 points. He had Greg Jennings and his kicker left. A surefire win, guaranteed. Ben Roethlisberger had gone off the night before. But, you know, Greg Jennings, wow. 3 catches, 31 yards. Ryan Longwell, 4 extra points. Thank you, Brett Favre, for throwing touchdowns, and thank you, Aaron Rodgers, for looking everywhere but at Greg Jennings, especially on those long touchdown passes. That was excellent. Let's see, next game. So obviously that's game of the week. Another exciting game went right down to the wire. Related a lot to that Monday night game. Real American Gangsters versus Heavy Whales. Real American Gangsters went to 3-1 on the season. Heavy Whales went down to 1-3. It looked like Heavy Whales was going to pull out the victory, but Brent Favre went out and had himself a ball game. 271 yards and 3 touchdowns. Packers defense, that touchdown that they had in the end zone, that was did they have a touchdown? Yeah, they had a touchdown. That was big. It was big. It was the fumble, Adrian Peterson's fumble. That was crazy. But that was big. That was big. All right. Let's see. Next game we want to talk about: Trainwrecks versus the Best Around. That game featured two 2-2 teams. I'm sorry. It featured one team was 2-1, the other one was 1-2 before the game. Best Around, he won. Came down right to the end. He actually, Kyle Orton, Cowboys game, scored for him. That Brandon Marshall play, you all might know what I'm talking about, you know, if you're watching the Cowboys game. That play is what put Kyle Orton over the top. So, Best Around, 3-1 on the year, a big win. Trainwrecks, just, he got 17 points from his defense, and then 17.6 from Joseph Adai. But outside of that, you know, you gotta look at the poor coaching. He even mentioned it on the message board. Trainwrecks has to start Tom Brady, has to get Jerome Harrison in there. Jerome Harrison was a nice pickup, but he's got to start him. So, Best Around came up with the victory there. In the highest scoring game of the week, Big D is really coming together with his squad. Aaron Rodgers put up 30 points last night against Minnesota in a loss. Steven Jackson still hasn't come off yet, only 8.5, but he's getting production from guys like Kevin Smith, Pierre Thomas, Brandon Marshall, getting production there. Antonio Gates, 28 points, good grief. Chargers defense, 19, came up with 150 points. Aliens, you need to log in and update your roster. He got 93.4 points. He wouldn't have won even with an updated roster, but Big D's team's really starting to come together, and that's good to see. He's a strong 3-1, #1 overall in the league right now. Another big game, big time scoring game is Thunder from Down Under against Texas Sledgehammers. Thunder from Down Under actually half of his team was on a bye. He couldn't even start a second running back, but still managed to get 147 points because guys like Eli Manning, 25 points, Ricky Williams, 15, Derek Mason, 17, Mike Sims Walker, 23. A great waiver wire pickup, by the way. Chris Cooley, and look at that 49ers defense. 42 points, 3 touchdowns, 5 sacks, 1 interception. Absolutely beastly game. Texas Sledgehammers just couldn't really get going. Guys like Adrian Peterson, only 11.5 points. Reggie Wayne, 15.4. Bengals defense got him 20 points. That was a nice spot start there, but just overall really couldn't get much going. And when Matt Schaub's only going to get you 13.1. it's going to be tough to get things going. So tough game for Texas Sledgehammers. Still two solid 2-2 teams right there. Two teams definitely vying for playoff spots. And finally, last game is Lakaka and Lakaka and I Will Crush Chris. I Will Crush Chris, actually, he started off 2-0. Now he's lost 2 games in a row. Only put up 64 points. You know, guys like Trent Edwards and Willis McGahee, you know, didn't really come out. Finally got some production out of Calvin Johnson, but his defense, the Titans, who are playing awful right now, only got him 5 points. Tough sledding right there. Lakaka really didn't have a great week himself. He only got 0.2 points from Darren McFadden, who ran for -3 yards. But really what saved him was the Vikings defense with 26 points and Bernard Berrian with 15.5. And that was actually a big comeback. Going into Monday night, Lakaka was behind, but he was able to come from behind. So there was a lot of come from behind victories this week. You know, good to see. You know, I was excited to get my first win. You know, overall, it's looking good for everybody. You know, just overall thoughts in terms of how things are shaping up right now. Obviously, Big D is in #1 right now. Not only is he #1, but he has really the second most points overall in the league. His team really seems to be gelling right now. You know, Real American Gangsters is #2. Had a big victory this week. Best Around is #3. You know, he's gelling at the right time. So those are all the 3-1 teams. And there's a lot of 2-2 teams. I Will Crush Chris seems to be going the wrong direction right now. Might be able to turn it around when Kurt Warner comes back. Thunder from Down Under had a big win with half his guys on buys. I think he's heading in the right direction. Aliens, you know, it depends on the situation if he's going to update his roster. Texas Sledgehammers just had a bad week. You know, I wouldn't put too much stock in that. I think he'll come back strong. Lakaka, little worrisome when Drew Brees doesn't have a big game and guys like Darren McFadden are going to be out for injury. You got to wonder what's going to happen there. Heavy Wales, I think has the potential. Anytime you got Jason Witten and Peyton Manning, you got a chance, but needs a little bit more of a supporting cast. Trainwrecks, you know, right now is really just kind of, you know, I'm looking at his roster, and you got to start guys like Tom Brady. You know, you give yourself a better chance when you do that. Tony Gonzalez, Jerome Harrison's got to get in your starting lineup as long as Jamal Lewis is out. It's got a chance, but it's just got to do a better job of coaching. So overall, you know, nice, effective week. Good working with everybody. We'll see how everything works out going forward. But overall, it looks like everybody's really getting into it, really managing their teams well, really, you know, a lot of dialogue on message boards and a lot of interaction there. So keep up the good work, everyone. Ruby Sundays, I'm feeling healthy, everything's good. Starting doing the big-time accounting things, PricewaterhouseCoopers. So, you know, good luck to everybody this upcoming weekend. Let's make some plays. Ruby Sundays.